Would it be a new year without an old firm? Welcome back to Fog Football. It is the match preview for the biggest game in football. It's Rangers versus Celtic at Ibrox. Winner takes all. Because if Rangers lose this game, the league's done. Even if they win this game, many consider it to already be done. Thoughts on the game?
The league's done.
The league's done. I can hype it up. I can do my Survivor Series 2001 fucking hype promo. But at the end of the day, it's going to take a lot for Michael Beale's boys to lay the smack down and win this league. Realistically, it's Ange Postoglou's to lose. And even if Ange gets sacked or left tomorrow, would that change anything? Would that mean Celtic would derail? Probably not, because Celtic, let's be real, have got the better players. They turn up with a much better record against Rangers since Ange came in than Rangers, because Gerrard, he's the only guy that's beat Ange for Rangers. Gio beat them in the cup, but
he's only one of two that's had a chance. Like, you say that as if there's been a long line of Rangers.
Well, you know what, right? The Gio period felt like it lasted a decade. I'm sorry, right?
But you said that as if there's been a long line of Rangers managers that have failed to beat Ange. Been one guy.
I'm trying, right? A Rangers fan tries to put Ange over, and what do? You bury him. Right, we all know he's fat, right? We all know he's a wee bit scruffy and looks like a bum, but can we give Ange a bit of credit?
I do give him credit, I just don't...
Let's give him credit, though. But Celtic come into this game absolutely flying, winning all their games in a row. Bit more convincingly than Rangers, on the other hand, of course.
18 out of 19 wins.
Yeah, that says it all. Celtic, 102 points in the calendar year 2022. Factor in a World Cup break. You know, if that wasn't there, God knows what they'd be on. You know, so is it a case of, are Rangers doing awful, or Celtic just simply too good? What's it going to be?
I think it's both. Like, I know people criticised Gio, and you know, rightfully so. The performances were terrible, but in terms of actual results, I don't think it was that bad. I believe after like 15 games, he had 10 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. I mean, that's not. It's not good for a team like Rangers, but it wasn't. I don't think that was job losing bad. Like, to me, it was more the performances factored in with the European Champions League football campaign.
Because the games, I think of Livingston, right, they didn't even deserve a draw in that, but it's not like Rangers in all the games that they've lost points in. You know, they've went completely toe-to-toe with the team or battered the team where it's like, oh, how did they not win that? Or how did they not sneak a draw? When Rangers have dropped points, it's because they've been abysmal. It's not because they've been unlucky.
Rangers have dropped points. You could argue every game they've dropped points, they've deserved to drop points. I'd say apart from the Hibs game, I'd give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they deserved to win that game.
When they got...
The 2 red cards. Second one was Lundstrom's was a bit of a joke. But
you're admitting it now. A couple of months later, it was a jokey decision.
No, it wasn't good. Like,
don't know how it was a red. I think that was fucking disgraceful how that was a red. And the Morelos one, well, I don't know. Morelos is Morelos. But preview for this game, I believe Jota is still out. We've got Kobayashi with Alistair Johnson coming in. They could be featuring. Would you give them a start, or do you believe that Juranovic will be just coming straight back in from the World Cup?
I don't know how good they are.
Well, he was good for Canada. Don't know about Kobayashi.
He did look good for Canada. You know what? Maybe I would give him another chance. Well, no, first chance.
I don't think any of these new guys will be starting. Like, I know we can say Rangers are shit.
I'd be surprised if Juranovic plays. I don't think he's going to play again for Celtic.
Yeah, I've talked about it before. I mean, the fact they've got this Johnston, Ralston, and Juranovic, there's just no need for all three of them.
I think Juranovic is 100% going to go in this window, and if that's the case, is there any point of play? You could argue, well, yeah, you play Juranovic because it gives you a better chance of beating Rangers, but I don't think Ange will look at it that way. I think same with Giamakis. Rumours of Giamakis leaving. For me, those guys are done. Giamakis might makes an odd sub-appearance because the lack of strikers, but I mean, the fact that Ange has got Anthony Ralston, who's been playing pretty good for the last 18 months, then this new guy, Alistair Johnson, who he signed for a few million and was impressive at the World Cup, I think Ange will just go with one of them. I actually think there's more chance of Ange starting Hatate at right back than Juranovic. People are saying there's no way he'll do that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Hatate was brilliant.
People are saying there's no way he would not risk starting Hatate at right back against Rangers because you're up against, better attacking opposition, but I don't think Ange would fear it.
Well, sorry to break it, but I'd reckon Hatate's actually a better right back than fucking Tav at the minute, because Tav is shit, and that brings into the Rangers team news. Kolak, he could be struggling for fitness because, again, he hasn't played since his injury. Morelos went down against Motherwell. Didn't look good, but looks like he could be back. Tavernier, he's looked injured all season. I would honestly start Devine. I would. Questionable from some people, but...
Tell you what, anytime I've seen him play, he's looked alright. I thought he was unlucky to lose his place to Barisic as soon as Barisic was like back and ready to go or whatever.
I agree,
think he was ready to go a couple of
But
games.
he actually is a right back, so I would start him over Tav. I would. Barisic actually came on. Good, well, not came on. He started against Motherwell. Really
There's
good
no
game.
fucking way Bale's going to drop Tavernier for
Oh, I know there ain't, like, but
Devine. That's just not going to happen.
But it's stupid. It would show fucking authority. He did come out and say, oh, Tav's going to be looking over his shoulder, but there's a difference between looking over your shoulder and getting hit with a Batista bomb because he's right up your ass, you get me? Mm-hmm. So, personally, I would start him, but it's not going to happen. As for the goalkeeping situation, McGregor did not play against Ross County, but then he came back because he got over his illness. Was pretty questionable against Motherwell. Loads of stupid stuff that he did.
He's too old. He's fucking done. Let's be real. I think John McLaughlin, I know that's controversial, I think McLaughlin should have stayed number one. I mean, I think McLaughlin kind of messed up more towards the start of the season. I think the longer the season got, the better McLaughlin was getting. But because McGregor came in for like that Champions League game and saved the penalties in the Napoli game, he got made it to be a fucking hero. You know what? Good penalty saves, but at the end of the day, anyone could get lucky and save a couple of penalties.
Shagger's a man. Burying him there. I know McLaughlin got made out for a scapegoat for the Old Firm and the other game. Who was the other game against? Ajax. Mm-hmm. He did. Complete scapegoat, like, when in reality it was just shit from everyone. But, yeah, we're going to go through, not do an Old Firm combined 11 here while we're in the preview.
Let's go for it. Combined 11. We'll start in nets because where else would you fucking start?
Benjamin Seaghurst. I'm going for Benjamin Seaghurst.
I'm not. I'm going to go with Joe Hart. I don't really
rate
the guy.
It's a go for Joe. Right, I'll go for Joe Hart.
It's a go for Joe. Look, I don't really rate the guy, but on current form, I would put him number one. So, go with.
Why is McCrory not getting a game for Rangers? They're linked with Begovic. Why do they want to sign another coffin?
Tell you what, man, if he can't get a game with the amount of under fire criticism that John McLaughlin's come under from, and McGregor just every game looking a liability and looking about 65 years old, if he can't get a game with those two in front of him, then he may as well just leave Rangers. What chance?
A 5-year deal.
Well, what chances he got though? You know, I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. Alright, so we're going with Joe Hart net. Right back, we're going to go with...
Am I going on who I think it'll be, or am I going on overall ability?
We're just going combined 11. So we're going whatever you want. What do you want it to be?
I'll go with Juranovic, World Cup semi-finalist.
I put Ralston in my team of the season, but I think, yeah, Juranovic obviously better. So I'm going to go Juranovic right back. Two centre backs. I'm going to go for...
I'd go Carter Vickers and Goldson.
Yeah, Carter Goldson. He's come back. Scored the goal against Motherwell.
I think he's actually been alright since he signed a new deal.
Yeah, still a few missed headers here and there, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Next up, I'm going to go Greg Taylor at left back.
Aye, Greg Taylor for me. Barisic, Yilmaz, just not good enough.
Come on, Barisic, up your game.
Bernabe, I haven't really seen enough of him, but sometimes he looks alright, sometimes he doesn't look good enough. But Greg Taylor, probably the most improved player in Scotland at least at Celtic in the last 18 months.
Absolutely. So. Into the midfield three, I'm going to go for Hatate. I'm going to go for Hatate.
This is controversial. I would actually go. I'd go McGregor, Hatate, Moy.
Moy?
Yeah, I think Moy's been really good lately. And when they signed him, I thought this guy's a fucking dud. I thought the only reason I signed him was because he was Australian. Right, I think he's as of late. I think he's been really good.
He was good at the World Cup.
If we're allowed a super sub though, I would put Scott Arfield in there because
he gets the job done off the bench, right? But
although another player I
want Tillman in this team now. Are you willing to put him in the front three, or do I have to take one of your pish midfielders?
Well, see, I was thinking about Tillman. I'm trying to think. Tillman, you don't play Tillman on the right?
Listen, yeah, you could if you want.
Aye, I'd do that. I'd
that's all right. Your midfield three's all right then.
I'd stick with that three in midfield, and then up front I would go with Maida on the left, Tillman on the right, and
cool. Go up front.
Aye.
There you go, guys. There is your combined 11.
You alright with that? Like, are you going to cry your eyes out?
No, I'm alright with that.
So that's what.
No, I'll be fair. Ryan Kent since Beale's come in has looked really good, but I don't give a shit because Maida's been top.
Maida was good
season.
At the World Cup. You know, we all criticised Maida. We all said Why is he selected the one Japanese guy? Well, why is he selected like the worst Japanese guy at Celtic? But he actually had a good World Cup, man. I thought he was good, and since he came back, he's been good. Missed a sitter against Hibs and literally made up for it a minute later with a really good goal. So a bit weird. Kyogo scored a really good goal in that one as well. Tell you what, I think Rangers were playing Celtic at the wrong time. A couple of weeks ago, you were like, aye, Celtic here are on the ropes. Last couple of performances, Celtic have
Rangers
banged in.
fans are on the ropes.
Last couple of performances, Celtic have banged in quite a few goals. What's it, 8 goals? And I think they beat St Johnstone 4-1 and Hibs 4-0.
Hibs laid under them. B team laid under them. Anyway, guys.
Hibs started that game alright.
Scored a wee offside goal.
As soon as Celtic went in front, they fucking...
Arse went.
Alright.
Right, score prediction. I'm going to go for one each.
I'm going to go 3-1 Celtic.
There you go. Goal scorers. I'm going to go Morelos and fucking Cal McGregor.
God. Kyogo Brace, Moy, and Tillman.
Wee Malik Tillman, guys. That's
I don't know who's starting up front for Rangers. I mean, Bale's pretty much came out and says that he says like Roof's something about like it won't be Roof, but if it's not Kolak, then it will be Roof. It's like what?
What about Morelos?
Well, I don't know. He's not touch and go as well. So I mean, I honestly do not know. Maybe Tillman could play up front. I do not know who will be the.
Roof's basically not kicked the ball all season. Why wouldn't you give it to Morelos or Cholak, who've played through? Well, Morelos has literally played through zero fitness all season, like so. You may as well.
I'm going to assume it'll be Morelos. Now, people are saying you could play Morelos and then in the 60-minute mark bring on Cholak. But what if Morelos gets sent off before the 60-minute mark?
Or you could give all three of them 30 minutes each. If they're all done.
It's no bad, actually.
If they're all done, why not?
Could actually fucking work.
It could work, right? Anyway.
30.
You're going for
You've got a 30% chance of winning.
You're going for a Celtic win. I'm going for a draw. Hopeful draw, but a draw nonetheless. And we'll be back with a review tomorrow.
I think the first goal's crucial. If Rangers get it, I could see a draw. If Celtic get it,
I could see a fucking raping,
Aye.
pummeling.
Alright.
No good. Anyway, though, till next time, check out the Edinburgh Derby preview. Get voting on the prediction polls.
And the return of the Dunfermline Football Manager career mode is tonight. So stay
Just
tuned.
depress both sets of the fans.
You know what? You guys fucking voted for Dunfermline, so
I know we didn't. You
don't
pricks.
blame us. Blame the player, not the game.
Oh yeah.